Hi, it's Hope and welcome to the vlog. This is going to be my vlog for I Know What You Did Last Summer-a-thon, which is hosted by Clint from Reed's Readers. I'll leave his channel linked down below. But this is a week-long readathon from the 16th of October through the 22nd. And this is kind of a readathon. It's technically supposed to be dedicated to reading like mystery, horror, thriller, but I have a couple other books that I need to read, so I'm going to read two books that work for the prompts. So the two main books that I will be reading is White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson and I Know What You Did Last Summer by Lois Duncan. I think that's the author. I don't have the author name written down, but those are the two books that I'm focusing on. Those two books cover all the prompts. There is 7 prompts, so I've covered those, but I also will be reading Kingdom of the Feared by Carrie Maniscalco, which also I have, is right here, but just under the, without the dust jacket. And this, I am 110 pages in, so I'm going to be finishing this in this vlog. And it kind of fits because it's fantasy. It's kind of a little darker fantasy. There's a lot about murder. In the first book, we follow Amelia and her twin sister Victoria. Her twin sister Victoria is murdered, and Amelia just wants to find out who it is, who did it. So she ends up accidentally summoning Wrath, who is one of the 7 princes of hell, and he ends up helping her figure out the murder. And then now other things happen. We are in the 7 circles, which is hell basically, and things are happening. So it kind of fits, but it kind of fits a book with paranormal element for I Know What You Did Last Summer-a-thon, but it's kind of a stretch. I do also have 2 arcs that I need to read, which one is a paranormal, and one is I don't actually know what the other one's classified as. When I read those, I'll mention them more, because I'm not actually sure if I'm going to get to them this week or not. But I figured just open this vlog, get it started, and just kind of update you as I read. I also plan on watching the movie I Know What You Did Last Summer, and possibly the TV show if I have time in this vlog, so I'll also probably talk about those. A little bit here and there. Once I finish the book, I'll watch the movie, and then if I have time after, I'll watch the TV show, or at least start the TV show. But yeah, I will update you probably in a little bit after I read more of Kingdom of the Feared, because I'm currently hosting sprints on my channel, which means I'm reading. So hopefully I can get a good chunk into this. My goal is maybe 200, to get to page 200, which would put me over the halfway mark. I think that's my goal for today, but will I actually get to it? Who knows. So it's now 6 o'clock, and I am 207 pages into Kingdom of the Feared. I'm not enjoying this as much as the first 2, and it could be because it's been a while since I read book 1 and 2. I read those in December of last year, so it's been about 10 months. But it's also that I feel like things are just a little bit all over the place, and there's a lot of big things that are revealed, but they're revealed in kind of a confusing manner, as in everything's being told to you, but in a non-cohesive way. So it's part of the history is told, and then characters get distracted and are talking about something else, and then go back to being told. And just the way some things are is a little bit confusing. But on the flip side, the reveals that I'm fully understanding and grasping are really good. I love the characters. I love the villain, let's say. That's gonna be an interesting thing to see where it goes. All the characters are morally gray, so you're not really meant to like any of them, but I can't help loving them. I love all the characters. You see all of the princes of hell. I love them all in their own way, and in their own mannerisms. And overall, this is leaning to be, it's still really good, and I'm really enjoying it. So it's probably gonna be, at this moment right now, a 4 4, 4.5, because I love the characters, I love the story. It's just some things are just not as good as the first two. But that could change as I'm just about I think I'm just past the 50% mark, so hopefully I'll get this done the next few days. And the ebook I'll be starting tonight technically isn't one from my TBR, but As Above, So Below by Dana Isley. This is an arc. It comes out on the 31st, but obviously I have an arc. I'm still so shocked that I got it. So basically in this we follow Branwen, who she is supposed to become her coven's youngest priestess, but when she's betrayed, her powers end up getting stripped from her and she's cast out of her coven, and then she ends up meeting a demon who I think is trying to help her get her powers back or something like that. I actually haven't read the description. It's just that's what I'm getting from what the author is promoting it as, and from what I briefly read from the description like a few weeks ago when it was like posted, and then I was like, okay, I want to read it, so I don't really care, so I wasn't really paying attention, but I think that's kind of what it's about. I think it's kind of short, like under 200 pages, so it should be a really easy read. Probably read some of that. I have to go to bed early because I have to get up tomorrow morning a little bit earlier than normal. So I don't know how much I'll read because I also want to maybe like watch an episode of a TV show or do something besides reading, so I do hope to get a good chunk into it though. So it's about 9:30 on Monday here, and last night I made it to 55% of As Above, So Below, and this is interesting. It's very I don't want to say insta love, but like insta attraction, which I was kind of expecting. With Dana Isley, a lot of her books are like insta love, insta attraction, all of that. So I knew going into the book that was going to happen, and I am enjoying it. It does feel slightly disjointed in a few places, as in you're just like, okay, moving on, what's going on, huh? But it's still good. It's probably gonna be like a 4-star. I do like how at the beginning of each chapter there's like information about witchcraft, of like how to make money jars, what each element means, and like all like information along that. I'm trying to think of other things, like just information about witchcraft, which I like, and I cannot say for a fact that it is correct or not because I don't know that information. I haven't looked up that information, but from what little amount I do know, it does seem fairly accurate, and I do think that Dana did spend quite a bit of time researching for that, like those elements into the book, which I like it. We like it when authors actually do their research on things. I'll definitely be finishing it tonight, as I think my Kindle, like at the bottom where it says like how much time you have left, I think it was like an hour left, and I'm like, perfect, we'll finish that today, which is perfect. But I have a bunch of stuff to do today, including babysitting, appointments, schoolwork, so I probably won't get a lot of reading done until later, so probably expect the next update at like 8 p.m. or something like that. So it's about 8 o'clock on Monday, and I've done some reading. I ended up getting to 58% of I Know What You Did Last Summer, which is obviously the group book, and so far it's meh. That's the only way to describe it. If you don't know what this is about, this is what inspired the 90s slasher movie that I still need to watch. I'll be watching it probably tomorrow night if I finish the book before then. But basically this is about 4 teens who did something they shouldn't have the previous summer, and now there is repercussions for that. And that's kind of all I knew going into it. That's all you need to know. It's like, this was written in I think 1979, 78, 79, something like that. So it's an old book. So you definitely can tell that in the writing and the way that certain things are phrased or implied. It's like, you can tell it's old. And like the characters aren't really that likable because of them being written the way they are, so it's just kind of not good. But like it's probably like a 3-star, maybe that's like pushing it a little bit. But I will say there was a character that got shot, and I'm very curious to know who did it. So that's kind of like a mystery aspect of who did it. I would like to know who did it. I've also know for a fact that whoever did it in the book is different from the movie, because Clint, who is hosting this, read the book yesterday and said like, well, like the person that did it is different. So I'm curious to see how that goes. And so yeah, I'm enjoying it. I'm not really going to talk about that much. I'll probably say more of my final thoughts when I finish it, probably tomorrow, because I have like 2 hours left and I'm listening to it at 2 times speed, so I probably have closer to an hour left. And then I made it to page 235 of Kingdom of the Feared and still enjoying it. I only read 2 chapters, so not much has happened, but still enjoying it. That is all that matters, is that I'm still enjoying the books that I have started. So yeah, I'm gonna probably be finishing As Above, So Below here in just a little bit. I'm probably gonna grab like a snack and then start reading that and hopefully finish it, because as I mentioned earlier, there is like an hour left of the book, so that will 100% be done tonight. I am getting tired, so I will probably literally finish that book and then pass out because I'm tired. Waking up earlier this morning didn't bode well, and I'm just like, I just want to go to sleep, so I will probably be going to sleep a little bit earlier than I normally do, which honestly I probably should just do anyways on normal days, but I like to avoid sleeping. But I will probably let you know my final thoughts on As Above, So Below in the morning when I finish it. So it's about 10:30 on Tuesday. I did an update earlier. Last night I did finish As Above, So Below by Dana Isley. I'm giving it 4 stars. It's like a solid 4 stars. I did like the characters. The ending ended up being good. I love how, without spoiling too much, I love that our main character turns very villainous and very, very destructive. We'll just put it that way. In the character of Branwen is like, she's definitely not a hero. She's definitely a villain. And I love that, because you rarely read books where the main character is, like, in the grand scheme of things, it's like she's doing her actions because of what happened to her, but also in the grand scheme of things is she is a villain for what she does, because there are innocent people's lives at stake. And I love that, of how you're like, there's these innocent people that had no say in the matter and their lives still got messed with, like a villain would do, and I love that. I also am like, can I have a spin-off novel with some of the characters? Like, there's 2 characters that you see interact, and I'm like, they need their own spin-off novel, so I would like that, please. If Dana Isley, if you're somehow watching this, I would like a sequel, please. It can literally be just a 50-page novella for all I care. I just need more content in this world with these characters. So yeah, I really enjoyed it. I haven't read anything else. I spent the morning babysitting and then spent most of the afternoon doing schoolwork, and then the evening kind of just hanging out with friends, so didn't really have enough time to read. But I might be starting something tonight. I'm not sure. I'm kind of tired and I kind of just want to go to bed, so I will have to see. If not, I'll start it tomorrow night. But I figured just give a quick update and some quick thoughts on As Above, So Below. Like, yes, I do have all of the complaints that I had yesterday, but everything kind of wrapped together nicely, so yeah. But I will talk to you hopefully in the morning. Or so it's 9:30 on Wednesday. I had to think what day it was here for a second. I didn't read anything last night. I kind of just ended up on TikTok for like 2 hours and then fell asleep. And then this morning I tried to get the like Crescent City Fairy Loot editions, but they didn't send me the email because I'm no longer an active subscriber. And like, The thing is I knew at some point I was going to get cut off of those emails that they send out, because I haven't been subscribed since end of July, I think is when I canceled. But I got emails from August, September, and even some in October here about the like subscriber things. But yesterday when I went in and signed in on my phone to FairyLoot, because I was like, the process will be quicker for buying it for, like, if I'm already signed in, because like credit card information will already be there, address, like all that will be on my account, so it'll be there. I noticed that it said you're no longer an active subscriber, and I was like, oh yeah, okay, but like maybe they might still send me emails, because I got the email on Monday for the Crescent City editions, and then I haven't received one today. And the thing is you can't contact customer support because the website's in a queue, and the queue is like 3 hours long right now. Because I was able to get in line to like put the password in, but the password from Monday is different. Like, it's different than the one from today, and I don't know. But also, if I somehow got the password today and did it, because I'm no longer an active subscriber, they'll cancel my order. Because they cancel orders for people that bought it during the active subscriber pre-sale if you're not an active subscriber. So that already has made my day really fucking crappy, and I slept crappy last night, so my day is just gonna be really crappy. And like, so I'm praying that on Friday, when it goes on sale for the general public for US and Canada, there's a fucking stock left, because almost never has copies left over for the general public. And if not, this is the universe telling me I need to buy the Illumicrate editions, which are a little bit cheaper. They're a little bit cheaper, but the shipping probably will be more because it's coming from the UK instead of the US. But I don't know. I'm frustrated, but there's nothing I can really do. And I'm just like really disappointed and frustrated, but life is life. This is maybe the universe telling me that I don't need these editions, even though I really want them, but we'll have to see later, I guess. And at least in this vlog, you'll know ultimately if I end up getting the copies or not, because of them going on sale to the general public for the US and Canada on Friday. So at least there's no like suspense of like a few weeks. It's literally a few days, but I have to go babysit, and then I will do schoolwork, read, and then I'll update later. So it's 8:50 on Wednesday here, and I finished I Know What You Did Last Summer. I'm giving it 3 stars because it was like just a decent read. I don't really have any explicit thoughts of just like anything. I'm like, it's just okay. And then I also just finished watching the movie literally 2 minutes ago, maybe. And I enjoyed it. I've never watched the movie before, so like the jump scares really got me, and like it was good. And the movie definitely took the main plot line and expanded it. Of just like, yeah, there's a group of 4 teens that ended up accidentally causing the death of somebody, and there is a year later somebody knows about it and is out to kill them. That's kind of the premise of both, but in the like movie it's different than the book. Like, who is the person out to get them, even who they kill is different. I feel like a lot of the characters, like the one thing they stayed true is like with the characters' personalities, those felt pretty true between both. And overall I did like the movie, like 7 out of 10 probably. Like, I enjoyed it. Might not rewatch it, at least not soon, maybe in a few years eventually, I don't know. But I am glad that I watched the movie, and then I also will probably at least start the TV show. I know that people have said it's crap, but I'm like, who knows, I might like it because of it being more or less for my age group, because it was made in 2021, so that's kind of more my era than 1997 when the movie came out, which was 7 years before I was born. So yeah, but who knows. I haven't read anything else today. I will be starting a book tonight, probably, more than likely. Who knows? I'll start a book when I start a book. That's basically what we're gonna call it. Of like, it's been just difficult to pick up books apparently, because also my brain is like, I don't want to visually read, so I might see if, I think my library has the audiobook of one of the books that I want to read this week, so I might honestly see if I can just start listening to that. And then I know that tomorrow, a book that I am really excited for, I actually have an ARC for, but I just don't like the way the ARC is formatted. So that comes out tomorrow, so I'll probably start that tomorrow. That's why I'm kind of like, do I start an audiobook and then have the ebook, like the audiobook of one book and then the ebook of another when it comes out tomorrow? Am I confusing anybody? I'm not confusing myself, but I will just let you know when I start something. My goal still is to finish Kingdom of the Feared before the end of the week, but I wanted to try to get it finished like today, but that's obviously not happening since I haven't read anything of it since Monday. But I will read that at some point, but I will update you tomorrow, probably, when I do something tomorrow, or if I read anything, or just in general. I just filmed an entire clip and realized I forgot to hit record. I was too busy with what I was saying. But in that previous clip, I said it's about 7:40 on Thursday. I'm just now picking up the camera now. I didn't really feel mentally okay to vlog earlier, but I'm better. But last night I started White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson, and I just finished reading out the entire description of this book, so at least now I'll be able to hash it out. So basically we follow Marigold, who moves from a small California town to a town called Cedarville. It's like the middle of the Midwest. Basically they move onto this house on Maple Street, but the houses around them are very like decrepit, they're not good houses. But they move into this house anyway, and Mari starts to, like, things begin to vanish. She hears things that aren't there, and her stepsister Piper keeps on going on about this person that wants Mari gone. And it's just the horrors. It's just the story of that, and so I'm really enjoying this. It definitely has that creepy vibe of, like, when I was reading it last night, I decided at like 10 p.m. I'm like, I'm gonna pick up the audiobook of this, and like the audiobook is really good, but I was like, this isn't gonna be that scary. Paused to me after 2 chapters going, I cannot read anymore, I will give myself nightmares. And like, creepy things are already starting to happen, and I'm only 10% in, so I'm very intrigued on the rest of this book, and I will definitely be reading more of it tonight. Actually, I won't say definitely, because I want to read more of Kingdom of the Feared, Shower, and then also finish the other book I started, which is Jinxed by Tori Heat. This is a like adult, I guess you would say adult romance, where we follow Savannah, who she buys this like supposedly haunted house because she wants to open a cute little thrift shop in it. But when she enters the house, she realizes that she cannot leave and is trapped with these 3 men who have been trapped there for various amount of years. I think one 100 years, one 50 years, and one 30 years. And this house has been cursed, so nobody can leave. So she's stuck there, and I'm like 40-some% into this, and I started it this morning. When I said I was like mentally not doing that well, I was just reading this book, and it's actually pretty good. Basically, I like the idea of this curse. I will say, it's not amazing, it's not bad. It's like just middle of the line. I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying the characters, and so like it's probably gonna be like a 3.5. I'm thinking right now. I still have like half the book to go though, and I'm really hoping that improves, because I've been wanting to read this book since the second it was announced, and shockingly, me actually reading a book that I was said I was really excited for on release date, even though it's an arc. I'm horrible at reading arcs, so like I'm enjoying it. I'm really glad I picked it up this morning. I will be finishing it tonight because I think it's only like 250 pages and I'm already, I think, like 40% into it, so like I probably only have like 100 pages left, and that's more than doable to read in a night. So it will be a one-day read for me, which I'm really excited about. But I'm gonna go and do everything I said before and maybe update you after I read more of Kingdom of the Feared. If I actually read some, we'll see if I actually read some. I'm enjoying it, but like I just don't want to pick up a physical book for some reason. Okay, so I'm now 270 into Kingdom of the Feared, and I'm still enjoying it, but I just know for a fact, originally going into this book, I was like, it's gonna be a 5-star. The first 2 books are. No, it's not gonna be a 5-star, and it would take a lot to happen to bring it back up to that 5-star. While it's good, I feel like things weren't planned well, and it feels a little all over the place. And also, for some reason, I'm not connecting with the main character like I was in the first half of the book. She feels like an entire different character, which makes sense because there's something that happens, but I'm literally like, I'm liking the book, but it's not 5-star material anymore, which is okay. Sometimes that happens with books. But I figured that's a little update on this. But I'm going to go hopefully finish Jinx, maybe read more White Smoke. It's like 9 o'clock, so I might not be able to do both, but I'll at least try to finish Jinx, and I'll let you know sometime tomorrow. So it's almost noon on Friday, and last night I did finish Jinxed by Tori Heat. I'm giving it 4 stars because like the characters, like there was something that happened towards the end of the book that really made me realize how much I liked the characters, and how much the characters, like, I guess just how much I enjoyed the characters, and like I loved the curse and the way that the curse had to be broken. That's kind of how I expected it to happen, or something similar, but I just wasn't like sure, and then it happened and I was like, well, they're like it was a solid 4 stars. So yeah, I enjoyed it. I now need to write my review for it. So yeah, and then I didn't end up reading any of White Smoke because I ended up listening to Taylor Swift's new album Midnights. I haven't listened to the 3 a.m. version of it because obviously that dropped in the middle of the night, and like I feel like I need to be in the right mind space to re-listen to that album, but I'll probably do that later. But album was really good. Based on only 1 listen, I'd say an 8 out of 10. Like it's not like, oh my god, I absolutely love it, but I'm like, there is some songs that definitely are going to be replayed constantly. And then this morning, I was able to get the Crescent City editions, like the Fairy Loot Crescent City editions. I ended up paying $167 for it. It'll be worth it. I'm telling myself it's worth it. But what can you do if you really want something and the price is really expensive? But those, I have those ordered. I'm so happy. Now just to wait till like what, I think they ship out in like April maybe, so I'm like, now just to wait till April, which is gonna feel like forever. And so the rest of the day will be doing schoolwork, reading. I know I'm gonna be on my friend Morgan's sprints at around 2 today, so that will get me doing schoolwork or reading, and then I will probably read more of White Smoke tonight, but I will update you later on whatever I do or what I read. So today was definitely an interesting day. First, I had an allergic reaction to the fabric softener that I used yesterday to do my laundry. So that was definitely fun, being downtown itchy as hell, having a reaction to it. And then my mom's Facebook got hacked and tried to help her through that, but it didn't fucking work. And then now I've read 50 pages of Kingdom of the Feared and still enjoying it. It's meh. Don't really have any thoughts on it. I'm gonna try to finish it tomorrow. I think I have like 80 pages or like between 80 and 90 pages left, so I should get that done tomorrow. I'm going to listen to more of White Smoke. I'll honestly probably just like listen to it while playing games on my phone or something like that. I hope to get a good chunk in. I did listen to a little bit earlier, so I'm now 19% in, and so far it's still good. I don't really have huge thoughts on it, but it definitely is that kind of, you're constantly thinking what's gonna happen next. There's all these weird things going on, and so it definitely has my interest, and I'm really interested in it, and I'm really enjoying it. So that's really good, and I'm hoping to finish it by tomorrow, like finish it sometime tomorrow, so I'm hoping to get a good chunk into it tonight, but we will see. So it's 6 o'clock on Saturday, but I finished White Smoke between last night and today. I read probably half the book today, but I think I'm giving it 5 stars because it was just really good at it. It's like, it's a psychological thriller, and it feels like that. And like, yes, it's that classic haunted house story in a way, but it had like the like, I don't read much thriller or horror, but like, it had a good amount of suspense, creepiness, people not believing. Like, obviously Marigold is the one that is mainly noticing all these things, and so everybody's brushing her off and just is like, not you're crazy, but like, because of things with her past, those kind of behaviors align with her previous behaviors in the past of like saying things that aren't true, lying, manipulating, and that's what like her parents, like her mom and stepdad, think that she's doing, and even like her brother and stepsister, until a certain point, obviously. And so I think this gets 5 stars because it really, like, there was moments that literally I was just like, I can't move, I just have to listen because I am like paralyzed with fear, like the character is. And I know for a fact I wouldn't have gotten that experience with reading. So I'm honestly like, I think I have to listen to all the horror or thriller books that I want to like read audiobook, because for example, earlier this week I read I Know What You Did Last Summer. If I would have read that like an ebook copy, probably wouldn't have liked it as much. I feel like with White Smoke, I probably wouldn't have liked it as much if I would have just read an ebook of it. And so I'm now going to go and read more of Kingdom of the Feared because I want to get it finished today, and I have, like, as I said last night, like 80 pages left. So yeah, and then I will at 7 o'clock here be hopping on the live show for the readathon. Clint is doing like a live show where we're going to talk about the book, the movie, and then just kind of just like hang out and like talk books. I don't really know the plan. I just asked this morning, I'm like, you still want me there, right? And he was like, yes. And I'm like, cool, what time? I'll show up. That's how I'm a lot of time with things. I'm like, if I said I was going to be there, I probably will. Or just send me the link and say, hey, do you want to join? And I'll probably will. But I will probably update you after that live and when I finish this, and then go through like, did I complete every single prompt, which I have, but to go through what I read for each prompt. So yeah. So it's Sunday, and last night I did not finish Kingdom of the Feared or start anything else. I ended up going on to Clint's live show, which was very, very interesting because an entire readathon was planned that I'm really, really excited about. So you'll see that announcement at some point. Love how we have a live show for one readathon and then accidentally create another one. But that will be really fun. And also, my dumbass thought this ended on the 22nd. No, it ends today on the 23rd. So I still have one more day to finish. Kingdom of the Feared like I have today to finish it, which I should do because I really want to get it finished so that I can start my reread of It Ends With Us, so that I can read It Starts With Us when that arrives, and I can do my reading vlog for those books. But that's kind of relevant, so I figured just pop in with an update. And I probably won't update later until I finish Kingdom of the Feared, and then to end this vlog. So it's now 9 o'clock on Sunday, and I finished Kingdom of the Feared, and it gets a 3.5. We were getting to the end. Things were happening. And then I had a realization about 20 pages from the end of like, wait, shit has been resolved? How? And I'm like, I feel like this book, it was poorly written, as in like, what was written itself was beautifully written, but it all didn't make sense cohesively, like the way that the scenes were written to flow together. I guess that would be the plot is what more or less was poorly written, because it felt like we were just doing thing after thing after thing. They were strung together enough to have a plot, but if I'm 20 pages from the end and I'm going, wait, the conflict has been resolved, wait, what was the whole point of half the book? It's kind of, and I put it through Cawpile, and it was like 3.5, and I'm like, okay, I get that. Like, it's, I like the characters and the world and like some of the plot twists and reveals enough to be like, okay, a 3.5, even though the plot kind of sucked. I will say, if I would have reread book 1 and 2 and then read this, it might have been better. So I might I think at some point in the future, probably like a year or two from now, I will binge read the entire trilogy together, because I read book 1 and 2 back to back and gave them both 5 stars. It was like, oh my god, this is amazing, because I was immersed in the world, the characters, I knew everything that was going on. But I think I forgot some things that might have made this more important, like things in this more important, that I was like, I don't remember this, so we're just gonna like not remember, like it wasn't important, and it is. And like, it, like, I don't regret reading it, but it took me 11 days to read this, while it took me, I think, 6 or 7 days to read both book 1 and 2, which are like basically like the same size, I think. But at least I finished this now. I don't regret reading it, so yeah. But I'm gonna end this vlog here. I really should go through actually what book I read for each prompt for the readathon, because I didn't do that at the beginning. So let's just quickly go through that, and then I'll actually end the vlog. So there were the 7 prompts. So for Julie James, a book with a paranormal element, I read As Above, So Below by Dana Isley. Obviously, witches and demons, that's paranormal. Number 2, Ray Bronson, a 5-star prediction, White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson, and obviously it was a 5-star. I've still been thinking about that today, honestly. Number 3, Helen Shiver, book with a stunning cover, White Smoke by Tiffany D. Jackson. The cover is amazing. And then I used I Know What You Did Last Summer for the remaining prompts, so I'll just leave it on the screen. So for number 4, Barry William Cox, Read a Slasher, I Know What You Did Last Summer. 5, Melissa Missy Egan, a book set in a small town. 6, Max Nurek, a book featuring water in the name, plot, or cover, etc. I Know What You Did Last Summer. And then 7, Ben Wills, read the group book and rewatch the adaptations. Obviously I read the book and watched the movie, so that's what I did. I did obviously read more, as you already saw, but I really hope you enjoyed this vlog. It's definitely going to be a long one compared to my more recent ones, which I can't tell if that's going to be a good or a bad thing. But I really hope you enjoyed this vlog, and just a reminder, I will leave Clint's channel linked down below since he is the wonderful creator of this. I will also leave the link to the live show, the 4-hour live show that we did for like I Know What You Did Last Summer-a-thon, as that will tell the readathon that we created, but also it was really fun to do, so maybe you might enjoy watching it. If not, totally understand that some people don't want to go back and watch a 4-hour live, which is totally understandable. But I really hope you enjoyed this vlog, and bye!